Well, good afternoon, guys. We've just turned up at Elphicks North Lake for 3-night session. Yeah, and due to the lake being frozen, it's actually empty, which is mental. Yeah, not had it like this before. Completely empty. It's just me and my mate Toby. Yeah, only just got here. It's about 2 o'clock now, so a couple of hours to get the rods out. Fingers crossed we'll be in for one or two. Yeah, gonna start in the dam, keep an eye on it, see what happens. It's a good place to start, to be honest. It's got a good depth of water out there. Yeah, feel our way through and see what happens. Right, let's get some gear sorted. Well, guys, rods are out. Yeah, we're all set up now. Yeah, Vivi's there, but I must say, I'm with my mate Toby on North Lake, Elphicks, and yeah, I must say we was gobsmacked today when we turned up. We were expecting it to be full, and just us two here. That is unheard of. I know it's been cold, it's been frozen most of the week. It's thawed out today, this morning. So yeah, we've had this one booked in for a while. Got 3 nights ahead of us. So fingers crossed we can get in amongst them. There's a few pike and active out there, but as yet we haven't seen any carp. As I said earlier, I'm starting in the dam. Toby's gone opposite, so we'll see how it pans out. I've got another set of rods in the car in case I need to switch the zigs. So yeah, at the moment we are awaiting developments. Hopefully we'll see something. Yeah, put ourselves in the right area and hopefully we'll hopefully we'll get one. But, yeah, for now I'm going to put the kettle on. Good morning all. You're joining me on the first morning down at Elphicks. Yes, I'm sure I mentioned yesterday we got here about 2 o'clock. With nothing else to go on, we decided to come in the dam end. Yeah, and amazingly it was quiet. There's no one else here. People have started arriving this morning, so yeah, maybe more lines in the water liven them up. There's very little to go on at the moment, but we've got until Tuesday, so still got 2.5 days to go. Yeah, it's a case of keeping an eye on the water and looking for the sign. I'm sure there's always fish in this dam end, to be honest. There seems to be. Well, you know, since I started fishing here in 2017, March 2017, and I've managed to do a couple of trips, at least 2 or 3 trips a year. And yeah, the dam always seems to produce, even when I'm fishing elsewhere. I've noticed that it always seems to produce a fish, especially this time of year. So yeah, fingers crossed during the trip we get amongst them. Like I was saying last week, it was sort of 80% frozen all week. It only thawed out sort of yesterday morning. Yeah, it's looking good. Temperature stayed up last night. It stayed up it was about 4 degrees last night, so, and it's meant to do the same tonight. It's not meant to be any frost or anything, so yeah, just need to find them, that's all, and hopefully we get a chance. still early, it's only 8:15. And on other trips this time of year it tends to be sort of 10 onwards seems to be a good time, so we shall see. Got another set of rods in the van, just in case I feel I need to switch to zigs. I will. Yeah, I bought all that equipment with me this time, all the zig gear. Didn't have it with me on the last trip down at Redlands Farm, which I could have done with it on that last trip, to be fair. I'm going to sit back, have a cup of coffee and await developments. There he is, the white-headed blackbird. Huh. He's a handsome chap, isn't he? Well guys, that's happy days. Don't look like we have to walk around to try and find them, because yeah, there's one in the net. Sitting there, to be honest, it was awfully quiet, and last hour and a half, sorry, I'm blooming cold, my feet are freezing, that's why I keep shaking, but yeah, last hour and a half I've had 2 or 3 liners on the left hand rod, and that was the one that registered a slow bite, and yeah, there's one in the net. Warm myself up for a second and get her sorted out. Happy days. Well guys, result. Had a few liners in a sort of hour leading up to the bite, and yeah, same rod, registered a slow bite, and yeah, there you go. Not a big one, but 23¼ we take that just after the lake's thawed out. It's been frozen most of the week, so yeah, first full day we're on. Yeah, that bite about 11 o'clock in the morning, so right result. Yeah, I thought we was going to have to really search them out, but I had an inkling they'd be in the deep water. Just a case of waiting for one to drop, leaving the rods settled until they're ready to feed, and yeah, it worked. Quickly show the other side. Look at the size of that peck. It's got some huge pecks, no wonder it fought really hard. If I'd lost it, I'd have said it was a monster. It went under me back, both my back-legged lines, and oh, it just went mad. But yeah, cool, it's like a block of ice, that fish. But yeah, happy days. Let's get her back and see if we can get amongst some more. Happy days indeed. Right guys, we're a good couple of hours on from that fish earlier. Yeah, I thought I'd run through the tactics, because obviously I haven't told you what I'm doing yet. Yeah, you know, I swear by having maggots and that in your mix this time of year, so I generally fish them over a wafter this time of year, through till sort of the end of February, early March, depending on the weather really, and how bad the small fish affect using maggots. You know, I do fish maggot clusters, but you can't get better than the real thing on your rig, to be honest. So yeah, but yeah, I've got ASM crumb, maggots, and tier 1 monster particles, and a few pellets. A few 2 and 4 mil pellets in the mix. Yeah, I put one. I've only put 2 rods over a baited area. Don't want big food items in there. I want food items that are easy to digest. Their metabolism ain't good this time of year. The carp, they struggle to digest too much boily, that sort of thing. You know, I want something easy to digest, you know, maggot, sweet corn, that sort of thing. Yeah, like I say, I had two over the bait, and the fish I had was on the left hand rod over the bait. I put a rod to the right yesterday. I haven't moved it yet, just on a bag. I'm now going to move that. The left hand rod gave me several liners before I got that bite earlier, and literally 10 minutes ago it's given me another liner. So yeah, I'm convinced that there's a group of fish between the dam wall and that left hand rod. So I haven't fished this swim in, must be a couple of seasons now. Yeah, it weren't last winter, it was the winter before. And there's an area out there off that dam that they like. They seem to visit it quite a lot, and that's what's made me want to change, to be honest. I'm going to fish it just off the dam, probably in around about 6 foot of water, on the same line as where I've got the other two rods. And the beauty of that rod is, what I always used to do is you just cast once. You don't even have to spawn to it. You just go around there, literally throw it in. So that's what I'm going to do. You know, just 4 or 5 sort of handfuls of bits and pieces over the top. Yeah, see where we go from there, really. But I'm convinced I need to move that right hand rod now. It sort of confirmed what I was thinking, to be fair, having another liner on that rod. So yeah, knowing that we've still got, you know, best part of 2 days to go, I think it's worth putting it over there now for a couple of days. I've got guys to my, you know, the next swim along to my right, and the one after now as well. So yeah, it might push them right into this end. Like I say, what I tend to do here is I'll put the rods out and I will leave them, generally, unless they go off, 24 hours, and then maybe refresh them for the next 24 hours. But yeah, I don't like to do a lot of casting. They're heavily pressured here in the North Lake all the time. So I like to, you know, yeah, I've got to be happy with them, but I like to know that the swim's settled. If them fish decide to move in, there's no disturbance. So later, I mean, when I was paying that fish that went underneath both back leads and that earlier, I haven't moved, I haven't repositioned that rod, even though the back lead's probably about 20 yards out now. Once I flipped it up to get the rod underneath, I haven't recast it and repositioned it. I'm going to do both rods at the same time, round about 3:30, I reckon, maybe 4 o'clock, because you get a good hour. You probably get till 5 now, where it's daylight up until about 5 o'clock. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan going forward. Yeah, fingers crossed for more. Although it don't matter this time of year, you know, you come for one bite, any more's a bonus. So yeah, we're happy. We just got to try and capitalise on getting that one bite now, and try and work out their movements through the liners I'm getting. Yeah, anyway, that's the plan. I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee. Make sure the rigs are sorted out. Make sure I've got enough bits and pieces in the mix, and yeah, get ready for that time later when I go and redo the rods. The only worrying thing is there's been so much coot movement on that dam. There's a lot of floating reeds. I'm definitely going to have to go around there and look at the line of them before I go casting later, that's for sure. Catch up with you in a bit. Well, there we go, guys. weren't expecting that. Yeah, that again, that was the rod that was giving me liners, and yeah, second one of the date. Looks like about the same sort of stamp as the last one, sort of a mid-20, I would think. Happy days. Well guys, seems to be just that one rod at the moment that seems to be any signs of action around. Now that rod's out of play, I'm going to try and bring the right hand rod into play now. But yeah, well pleased, another bite. Second fish of the day, 21-12. There he is. He's freezing, that one. Still good times. Yeah, I'll quickly show you the other side. There he is. He's got a big leech on him, that one. Definitely been like holding up, so we'll get that off him and get him on his way. Happy days. Fingers crossed there's more in it. Well guys, slowly but surely we are losing the light. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I mean, although I had a couple of liners on that left hand rod again earlier, I really was umming and ahhing whether it was pike or small catfish, because they really have been active today, the pike and the cats. I think they're only small kittens, but yeah, they're very, very active and close. So yeah, it did make me doubt whether it was carp giving me liners or not, but yeah, it clearly was. And yeah, made up really, you know, the fact that it's just, you know, defrosted really. It was frozen most of last week, so yeah, well pleased to get 2 bites today. Well pleased. Yeah, fingers crossed. In the morning / lunchtime tomorrow there'll be some more action. Time will tell. I'm certainly looking forward to that, guys. A couple of nice ham and cheese toasters. That'll do nicely. There we go guys, that is my go-to rig this time of year. Generally, the Slip D maggot wafter rig. What you can do, depending on what your wafters are like, is you can add bits of foam or bits of cork to the top, because when you look down in the bucket you want to be looking down at the maggots, rather than being able to see any bait or anything like that. Yeah, you want it to be hovering lovely above that hook. So yeah, like I say, if your wafters ain't that good, then you can adapt it with a bit of corn or foam. But failing that, whittle down and pop up and put some above that. That works as well. So yeah, generally not long, 6.5 inches in length generally this time of year. Fingers crossed it gets another bite today. Look at that guys, that is a cracker. Definitely the biggest one of the session so far. I'd say an upper 20, but we'll get her out and have a look. What a banger. Happy days, same rod again. Very nice. Well guys, happy days, second morning. Bite a little bit earlier than yesterday, about 20 to 11. Yeah, just had this absolute cracker. 29 1/4. Of absolute stunning linear. Yeah, 29.4. What a cracker that is. Do you know what? I'm sure I recognise that from a couple of years ago. It was £20 an ounce then. Absolutely incredible. Right, I'm going to get her back because I think my mate's playing one over there. He's been playing it a while. So I'm going to go and have a look in a minute. Right, happy days. Let's get her back. Good times. Well guys, what a result that was. Yeah, what a stunning linear. Yeah, no, I've just checked to see if I did have it a few years ago. No, the one I had a few years ago had a like poking out sort of bottom lip. It was very recognisable, and the scales were slightly different on the side. But yeah, well made up with that one. That is an absolute cracker. I knew it'd be close to £30, if not £30, when it went in the net. But yeah, well pleased with that one. Yeah, even more pleasing is see my mate Toby on the other side getting on the action. Yeah, he just had a low 20 mirror over there, so yeah, happy days. All around the same sort of bite time as yesterday morning, when I had the first bite yesterday. Yeah, his was more or less bang on the same time as I had a bite yesterday, and mine was before, so yeah, maybe there's still going to be another chance around that, you know, between now and sort of 4 o'clock. You know, got the other bite yesterday around about 3, so no reason why not. There's obviously been a couple out there feeding, so yeah, not gonna risk putting any more bait out. Not until about 4 o'clock tonight or this afternoon, because yeah, if they're out there already happily feeding, I don't want to be disturbing them with spoms and whatever. Yeah, we should replenish the spot tonight, and I'm probably going to bring the third rod into play. I've only got 2 on the bait there at the moment, and it's been the same rod that's been giving me bites, so over the bait. So I'm going to bring the other rod and put that next to it tonight. Yeah, happy days. Time for a nice cup of tea and await developments. Fingers crossed there's another 1 or 2 in it. Yeah, well made up with that though. What a fish, what a fish to have. I do like the scaly ones. Yeah, and that, I wouldn't mind betting that was a stocking from 3 or 4 years ago. And they went in at sort of low to mid doubles, and yeah, there was a few of them go in as well, so there's every chance there's some, could be some mid-30s out there like that. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, well pleased we, you know, we didn't do what some of the others done and cancelled, you know, because it being frozen for a week or so. Well pleased we come. It's, you know, it's been worth it already. Obviously we always come on the oak for one of them big ones, but you know, I don't think you can target them as such. You just got to keep going through them. Tea time. Going for the 3rd round. Hungry today. Oh, delicious, son. Happy days, guys. Different rod, as you can see. Right hand rod this time. It's good news. But yeah, it's obviously a day of scaly ones. This time we've got an absolute banging fully scaled. Look at that. That is a cracker. Absolutely buzzing. Right, and get the rod back out and get it sorted out. Happy days. This is a cracker. Look at that one. 21 and a half. Yeah, they don't have to be big to be beautiful. Look at that. That is an absolute stunner. Right, turn around, show you the other side. Equally as awesome. Look at that. That is a beauty. That's a VS fish if ever I see one, that's for sure. Cool. Yeah, made up with that. Nice linear and a nice 21 fully scaled. Happy days. Right. Awesome. Let's get her back and see what else the session has in store for us. Not that it matters now. Happy days indeed. Well guys, mental. Third bite of the day. Yeah, it's definitely the day of the scaly ones. This is an absolute cracker. 24.6. Look at that one. What a stunner that is. It's a stunner now. Imagine that 20 pound heavier. Mental. Yeah. Absolute cracking fish. Weren't expecting that. It's only about an hour and a quarter after the last one. Same rod, right hand rod again. But yeah. Right, let's show you the other side quick. He's a lovely shape, that one. He'll be a monster in a few years, I dare say. Right. Let's get him back and sort the rods out. Happy days. Well guys, what a day it's been. Yeah. Right result today, them 3 bites. 2 of them coming on a different rod this time as well, so still off the baited area. Yeah, I'm literally about half hour away from. I'm only going to redo one of them because I've had bites on the other 2, so that I'm quite happy with where they went. But the left hand rod's going to become my right hand rod. I'm going to bring that in onto the baited area as well. Yeah, I haven't put more bait out in between bites, the same as I didn't yesterday. I wasn't convinced they were coming in and mopping it all up. It's too cold for that, so I should put another 10 or a dozen spoms over it in about half hour over the 3 rods, and yeah, then they'll be settled. Unless one of them goes off, they'll be settled up until we go tomorrow. So yeah, fingers crossed we can get a bite on that other rod, bring that into play and get a bite on that one. One thing's for sure, just reminded me actually, just looking down there and seeing a swirl again. Very, very lively, mainly with pike, but I'm sure the odd ones, catfish, only small catfish, but kittens I think they are, but I've never noticed it before, but every time one strikes, the seagull lands next to it. I've never seen that before, it's most odd. Almost like the seagull thinks he's going to have his breakfast off the back of the catfish or a pike, you know. It's most odd, I've never seen that before. Yeah, I've seen it quite a few times today. I was trying to get it on film earlier, but as always, the way when you try it don't happen. But yeah, well pleased with how the session's gone. You know, we didn't, you know, it was only a few days ago, we didn't even know if we was going to get a chance to come, you know, because it was frozen, and it, luckily we got the, we see it pop up on Facebook that there was more water than ice, so we come, and yeah, it's been a result, to be fair. Now I think we've got to look forward to the possible bite time late tomorrow morning, just before we leave. Yeah, definitely be trying to get another session booked on the way out. Without a doubt. Now it sounds awfully greedy, but I'd like a big one. I'm convinced though that there's a shoal of smaller fish out there at the moment, going by the stamp of the ones I've been catching. Don't get me wrong, I'm really happy with them, especially them scaly ones. What cracking fish they are. Your future's certainly bright down here. You know, when you're looking at the future big ones or them big scales on them. Oh dear. Yeah. It's looking good, it is looking good. Well guys, that time of day, the night is drawing in. Yep, it's about 4:45 now, we're losing the light fast. Yeah, the little bit of bait I did bring with me, the rest of the crumb, tier 1 monster particles, and the last of my maggots have all gone out in the pond. Yeah. Got a couple of rigs ready for the morning just in case we get another bite. But yeah, leave the rods now, like we have been. You know, we'll leave the rods and hopefully get another bite before we go in the morning. Yeah, third rod has been put on the bait area as well. Now I've got all 3 rods on the spot now. Should have done that from the beginning really, but you know, feel your way in, look at trying to get a bite, and then go from there. So yeah, they're all on the spot, so all we can do now is sit and wait. Kettle's on. Yeah, I'll tell you what, these boots I bought are crap. Massive fan of their waders, but yeah, no, not field boots. I'll be changing these rapid. Don't think I've ever felt so cold. I'd have been better off wearing trainers, to be fair. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have a cup of tea, have a little bite to eat. Get my head down early, I think. If anything happens in the night, guys, I'll update you. It hasn't done so far, so failing that, I will see you in the morning. Fingers crossed for one more. Hopefully a big one. Morning all. Last morning. Very, very quiet night. Yeah, no bleeps, liners or anything. But, you know, I was expecting that, to be honest. It's been pretty much the same. Apart from the odd liner the other couple of nights, but yeah, very, very quiet. Didn't have any liners between bites yesterday either, so yeah. But yeah, it was, I got my head down really early last night, about 6 o'clock. Woke up at about 20 to 1 with the owls calling one another. There was two pairs at least in the valley last night. Yeah, and they kept me up for a good hour. I was just laying here listening to them. One was right behind the bivvy, right in the tree behind me there, the other side of the stream. Yeah, it's all part of it for me. And then to top it off this morning, must have been about 6 o'clock. The old white-headed blackbird and the robin was up well early. Yeah, they was both singing in my doorway, almost like they was asking me for breakfast. But yeah, so I'll give them a few maggots that I had left over, which was only a few as well, and they were on their way. So, but yeah, we'll see. Well, like I say, we've got till lunchtime. It's about 8:15 now. My battery pack is definitely played up on this trip. It's not been particularly cold either, which is worrying. It's not charging my phone as fast as it generally does. So yeah, it's been tough. I've been wanting to do a bit more with the filming, but always been worried about the battery life. So fingers crossed that bite time, which seems to be a good one, around about 11 o'clock. Well, through till dark really, or 3 o'clock is another good one. But the only one we're going to see is at 11 o'clock if it happens. So hopefully it does. All three are on the spot now, so yeah, fingers crossed for one more bite. They're going to be really nice, but I'll settle for one more of any size, to be fair. Just nice to come in January, and especially after the lakes just defrosted, and get a few bites. Like I say, coming into this session, really didn't know what to expect, to be fair. And it's gone well, you know, that's one thing for sure, it has gone well, so. but because of the lack in movement and what have you, I haven't wanted to disturb the water too much. So when I've been putting bait out each evening, regardless of how many bites I've had, I'm only doing it in the evening. I think that's helped as well. I think if I'd been spomming after each bite, I think I probably would have knocked a few of them bites on the head, to be fair. Now yeah, kettle's on, ready for yet another cup of tea. I'm down to 2 tea bags now, so yeah, I've definitely drunk some hot drinks on this trip, that's for sure. Just about 10 o'clock, I'll slowly start packing up. The van's right next to me, sort of what, 25-30 yards away, so I should start getting it in the van while the rods are still out. Nothing's changed either. The weather's been stable, it's been pretty flat. 4 or 5 degrees during the night, 6, 7 in the day. So it's been pretty stable weather, I think, which has helped. And I'm convinced the bottom, once it's been frozen, the bottom, maybe not so much after a few days of it defrosting, but definitely when it's frozen, it's the warmer water's trapped on the bottom because of the ice. But yeah, I mean, you know, when the fish have fed, they've fed. I mean, I think the first evening I put out 14 spoms over the 2 rods. Second evening I put out 15 spoms over the 2 rods. And then last night I put out all I had, which was 17 spoms, that's over 3 rods. So if they do come in, there's an extra rod there now, there's an extra chance. So yeah. Just fishing at 10.5 wraps, to be fair. 10.5 wraps, there's 3 silver birches all in the line out there in this swim, which makes it easy. Donk, 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 1 on each of them, 10.5 wraps. In the night it makes it easy to see them as well. They just poke up just slightly higher than the ones in the behind them in the background, the trees in the background. So it's, you know, if you did need to recast in the dark, you'd just about make it out where you got to go. So it's not been easy. Fingers crossed Toby will have another one today before we go. He's had one over there, which is still a result. I mean, you know, 2 lads to my right, both haven't caught yet. They've done 2 nights now. I think they're staying on for a few more days as well. I think they're going to move in behind me, I think, when I've gone. Right, enough waffling on. Make a cup of tea. Well guys, we've got about 45 minutes to go. Yeah, and I've just received my first liner on the middle rod, so hopefully there's time. Yeah, fingers crossed there's time for that last bite. Right guys, that is it. Yep. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Think about subscribing. By all means follow me, Adam Honeyset on Facebook, Adam Carp Honeyset on Instagram. And one thing's for sure, we'll see you on the bank soon. Thanks for watching guys. All the best.